Hi everyone, my name is Matthew Cullen and I'm the news director for the Mustang Morning News. We are a student-run broadcast journalism program here at Costa. We report on important news stories in our community on our social medias like Instagram and Twitter. And like you'll see in a few moments, we broadcast live news shows about once a month. We're a staff of hardworking people who want to consistently and reliably bring news to you. Thank you so much for tuning into our first show of the school year, and I hope you enjoy.
The Mustang Morning News is a public forum for student expression. Students make all content decisions, and opinions do not necessarily represent those of the Manhattan Beach Unified School District.
Join us as we break down why Mira Costa remains on a 6-period day schedule and what a future schedule may look like.
And we see how the money was raised for the new sports complex and if it was worth it.
This is the Mustang Morning News. Back to the Mustang Morning News. I'm Walker Watson.
And I'm Caden Kubler. Get ready to test your knowledge with the first Costa quiz of the year.
Here's how it works. Go to our Instagram at Mustang Morning News and put your name, your teacher's name, and your answer to today's question. The first person to get the correct answer will get a shout out for them in their class. Here's today's question. In what year did Costa have its first homecoming dance? The answer choices are A, 1926, B, 1953, C, 1894, or D, 1979?
Think you know the answer? Submit it through the response box on our Instagram story now, at Mustang Morning News. When we returned to in-person learning this year, we also returned to our 6-period daily schedule. But not everyone is sure if this is the best for our school. Walker Watson finds out why Costa is back to a 6-period day, and if we'll go back to block.
Coming out of the chaos of last year, Mira Costa has reverted to its pre-pandemic 6-period day schedule. While opinions on this decision are mixed, continuing the block schedule into this year wasn't an option.
Making a schedule change is a pretty elaborate process at the school. Needs approval from both the teachers union and from the board. The only schedule that we have as an approved schedule in our contract is 6-period schedule with 0 that we had. So the board couldn't just enforce a new schedule.
While block schedule wasn't on the table coming out of the pandemic, we may see it again in coming years. With Senate Bill 328 mandating that all California schools start at 8:30 beginning next year, Costa will be forced to alter its schedule, a move which some are hoping will give block schedule a second chance.
We've floated the idea, I think, of block schedule for several years that I've been on this campus. I do like the block because it provides you some interesting flexibility for things.
Teachers aren't the only ones debating bringing back block, as students are more or less split on the issue as well. Overall, the most contentious factor of the block schedule has been the duration of classes. It's been proposed, though, that these longer classes may be more beneficial than meets the eye.
In educational research, you're seeing a definite push for this idea of project-based learning. Having that ability to do, stuff for a little bit longer might help with that. Students will have more space and time to grapple with difficult things and work on projects that have meaning beyond just task completion. We're creatures of habit and we like a routine. And I think we like the evenness of a week. But colleges, will work on a block too. Most of my classes were more than an hour long. Coming to grips with your attention and when to divert and when to call yourself back are good skills for you as students to learn also.
With the Mustang Morning News, this is Walker Watson.
Mira Costa's girls volleyball team swept Redondo 3-0 in a win on Tuesday night. Costa's win puts them at 14-6 on the season and first in the Bay League. This was the first win for Costa against Redondo since 2016, ending a 6-game losing streak against them. Before the game, Costa retired 3-time Olympian Holly McPeak's number 7 jersey. For the Mustang Morning News, this is Caden Kubler.
It was a successful trip to the Nike Portland cross-country meet for the Mira Costa team. In an event held at Blue Lake Park last weekend, the Mustangs cleaned house, with Luke Graham of the boys' team winning the JV meet with a time of 16:40, and the girls' team placing third, as well as the boys' team winning the boys' title. For the Mustang Morning News, I'm Seth Golewski.
This past Wednesday saw the first club day of the year take place, with groups around the school coming together to raise money for their respective causes. With 28 different foods, ranging from churros to fish tacos, there was no shortage of choices. The next scheduled club day is on February the 2nd. So if you missed out this time, it's going to be a while until you get your second chance. With the Mustang Morning News, this is Walker Watson. The new sports complex officially opened this past March, but students haven't been able to use it until recently due to COVID protocol. Caden Kubler looks into whether this $39 million project was worth it.
Mira Costa's new gym had a bond passed for $39 million in 2016. A bond is a sum of money that is collected from the people of a community to fund a set scope of projects. Manhattan Beach voters approved this bond during the election year, and it was authorized for the new athletic complex. This 5-year process upgraded the 65-year-old Fisher Gym into the new Mira Costa High School athletic complex. But money could be used for other things on campus, such as improving Wi-Fi or cell service. So why were people so willing to raise money for this bond, but not for other campus issues?
Everyone I know has loved it, whether it's the weight room, the trainer's room, just the courts itself.
Many students and teachers have complained about the Wi-Fi quality on campus.
It's a luxury and it's very cool, but I just think the money could have been used better throughout the school, such as for better Wi-Fi or just helping to make the rest of school run a little smoother.
Only about 40% of Costa kids play sports, and only some of these sports teams benefit from the sports complex. There are also other campus improvements that could be implemented to affect everyone at the school.
It makes our community more valuable. There are more people that are going to want to move to Manhattan Beach, especially if they've got sons who want to play football. I mean, it's not a bad place to end up. If you're living somewhere else and you got a choice on where you're going to live in Los Angeles County, I think you look at Manhattan Beach.
In order to help find solutions to any of these problems, people in the community would have to take direct initiative. The money would have to come from fundraising because of the district's limited budget. If the fundraising goal is unreasonable, then people can vote to approve a bond to get money from everybody. For the Mustang Morning News, this is Caden Kubler.
Who won today's Costa quiz? Find out now on our Instagram story.
Our newscast like this airs about once a month, but we're also busy reporting on Instagram about sports, homecoming, and other events in our community.
Despite being back face-to-face, there's still people that we don't see. In our ongoing series, Humans of Mira Costa, we cover people that we think you should know about. On this episode, we talked to Jack Kimball about his interest in bikes and drones.
Thanks for watching, Mustangs, and have a great day.
A sort of prominent bike saying is a clean bike is a fast bike. And I kind of agree with that.
I want to turn it. It's like in my shirt, but whatever, it's fine.
Well, I started biking, like just riding a regular bike when I was like 12 or something. Most people who haven't really seen what mountain biking is, if you tell them, hey, I do mountain biking, they're just kind of like, oh, cool, that's nice. But then the people who have done that sort of thing before recognize the commitment that it usually takes in order to just keep everything running and not fall off the side of the cliff or something like that. It's always a risk. Crashing just kind of happens because you'll always be trying to ride a harder trail or ride faster and stuff like that. When I tried to go right when I should have gone left, and then I fell right on top of this spiky rock. A lot of people go by saying that if you aren't crashing, you aren't progressing. And I kind of agree with that because with biking, there's always a way you can be pushing your boundaries and your skills. And crashing just kind of happens, even to the best of riders, and it's just part of the cycle.